Hello students, this is the second problem for the day from the chapter of Newton's law and frictional forces, application of the frictional forces. In this figure, we have a mass small m which is placed on a plank of mass capital M of length L. The surface, horizontal surface is frictionless, that is mu equal to 0, but there is a friction force between the mass small m and capital M denoted by coefficient of friction mu. At the initial moment, both the blocks were at rest, that means the plank and the block, everything was at rest, and then we have given a velocity v to the plank in a very impulsive manner. This plank has been given a velocity v, and then we need to find out the minimum value of a v, which will make that little block small m slide the entire distance L over the plank, and then ultimately it will fall down of the plank. That's the question part. Okay. So this is a question. I can read this question for you now. A plank of length L and mass m is lying on the smooth surface, horizontal surface. On its one end lies a small block of mass m. Coefficient of friction between the block and plank is given as mu. What is the minimum velocity v that needs to be imparted to the plank with a quick show, that means impulse, such that during the subsequent motion the block would slide the whole length of the board and then would fall off the plank. The size of the block is negligible. Okay. So we'll now solve this question. When this plank is given a velocity v, there is a friction force. There will be a friction force appearing between the two masses. A friction force will appear between the two masses. Since the plank is moving to the left hand side relative to the mass of small m, and we all know that the kinetic friction force, the fundamental point is that the kinetic friction force is always opposing the relative motion. So kinetic friction will appear, which opposes the relative velocity between the two blocks, that is between the plank and the mass small m. So the velocity of this plank relative to the mass small m is to the left side. Therefore, the friction force on the plank will be on the right side. The friction on plank will appear to the right side, and the friction on little mass small m will appear to the left side. And the magnitude of this frictional force, this friction is which is towards the left side on mass small m, and the same friction because of Newton's third law. Both frictions will have same magnitude. They are action and reaction pairs. And friction on mass capital M will be on the right hand side. And also it is a kinetic friction force because the two masses are sliding. They are slipping with respect to each other. So this friction will be a kinetic friction force. And if it is a kinetic friction force, you can write down it mu multiplied by the normal reaction force between the two blocks. And the normal reaction force between the two blocks, notice, sometimes students are confused which normal we have to consider. That then the normal which you need to consider in this question is the normal which is between the two masses. And if you look for the normal between the little mass and the bigger mass, this normal we have to consider here. And if I consider this normal force which is between the blocks, this normal is between small m and capital M, and it is equal to little mg. And the same friction force will appear. This is in accordance with the Newton's third law. Every force is equal and opposite reaction, which means this mass small m is under the force. This mass small m is under the force, which is mu into normal reaction force, which is mu into mg, and therefore its acceleration will be, this acceleration of little mass will be force divided by mass, and that is mu g. Whereas this plank capital M is under a force which is again mu into normal, that is mu into small mg. But this time the acceleration of this mass plank will be this force mu mg divided by its mass, which is capital M. Now I will consider motion of small m with respect to capital M. So if I look for m with respect to capital M, considering motion of m with respect to capital M, this capital M mass and this little mass small m, we are considering the relative motion now. We are considering relative motion of mass m with respect to the capital M. Since capital M was moving to the left side with velocity v, whereas mass small m was at zero velocity. So the relative velocity, if you find out the relative velocity between them, then initial velocity of mass small m with respect to mass capital M will be the initial velocity of mass small m minus the initial velocity of mass capital M. Since initial velocity of mass small m was 0 and therefore this relative velocity will be minus times the velocity of mass capital M. Since velocity of this mass capital M is to the left side, this was directed to the left side, and so a minus sign in this left direction will make it to the right hand side. That means the relative velocity of a small m can be considered to the right side with velocity v. This is the initial relative velocity. You can say it is the initial relative velocity of a small m with respect to capital M. Also, the acceleration of small m will be considered now relative to the capital M, and therefore acceleration of small m with respect to capital M, that means acceleration of m small m relative to capital M is acceleration of small m in a vector form minus the acceleration of capital M. Acceleration of this small m was mu into g. Acceleration of this small m was mu into g left side, whereas acceleration of capital M was mu small mg divided by capital M right side. So if you subtract them vectorially, a vector subtraction between them will make this equals to mu into g 1 plus small m divided by capital M. That is the relative acceleration. So the relative acceleration of small m is now obtained as mu into g into 1 plus small m divided by capital M. The relative initial velocity is v, and now we are considering with respect to m, so m will be considered at rest now, since we are considering motion with respect to capital M. So this capital M is now considered at rest. And if capital M is considered at rest, then the block has to travel a distance of L. This block has to travel a minimum distance equals to L before it will fall down with respect to capital M. So I can use the third equation of kinematics, which says that v square equals to u square plus 2as. That equation can be used for small m with respect to capital M. Under the critical condition, I will assume that this mass small m stops just on the right side edge of the mass m under the critical condition. So under the critical condition, v square will be considered to be 0. Then u square, which is the initial relative velocity, is considered as a v square. And because acceleration is opposite to the velocity, you will consider a negative sign in this expression. And this a will be actually our relative acceleration. And that relative acceleration will be mu into g 1 plus small m divided by capital M. And then the displacement will be equals to L. So this will give you the minimum possible velocity under which the mass small m will travel entire distance capital L relative to the mass capital M, and ultimately it will fall off the block, fall off the plank, which is of length L. So this minimum velocity will be now square root of 2 mu g L and then 1 plus little m divided by capital M. This was the answer for question. This was the solution for this question. Right? Thank you and take care. Bye bye.